Welcome back, everyone. This is Arafellin playing Dungeon Breaker, and I think it's about time we actually finished out the second layer of these ruins. Okay, this room is just a room. Yep, nothing in here. Healing point. So as a quick recap, Alec and Tina, who are childhood friends from a village out in the middle of nowhere, basically, are visiting Tina's big sister Karen here in the capital when they found about these ruins that were recently discovered. There was an earthquake a month ago. They found these ruins with the royal crest engraved on the entrance, and so they're investigating these now. Anyway, this appears to be the boss of the area, some kind of giant with 4 arms. Yep. Giant standing up in the back of the room. Shakes the earth, heads towards them. Ground shaking footsteps, I think it's saying. Giant swords thrust out of the ground. And Alec's kind of freaking out. Is this thing trying to destroy its own living place, basically? We better beat this quickly. And Tina agrees. The 1,000 blade, apparently. I'm only seeing 4, but that's still kind of a lot. Yeah, let's start with the break forces. And just bite. Yeah, it's halfway down already. I'm probably a bit over-leveled from doing the base fortress first. And let's heal everyone up just in case. At least assuming he goes first. Yep. Yeah, that was too easy. And it's also barely giving it experience at this point, so the game probably expects you to do this before the Thieves Fortress, but regardless, there's another Jewel for Valtiana, so we can summon up to a party of 7 now. And here's Roy. Apparently he finally found his way here. Okay, you've already beaten the Guardian of this floor. It's like, yeah, we beat a giant, but that was a Guardian? Yeah, when you're exploring ancient... whatever. This may be ruins, something about this being the ruins of Valtiana. And there was a Guardian on the first layer that seemed to be guarding something. So presumably the higher level... Yeah, there should be something around here similar to what you found on the higher level. So this is deeper in the dungeons, of course. And here it is. This is a... what color is that? Okay, that's what I thought. This is an old kanji for Midori, which is green. So getting a green stone to go with a blue one, except Karen took the blue stone, so... Anyway. And Roy's saying, well, you beat us here, so you can hold on to that. Okay, we'll go back and see Celsia. And she's responding to something. Apparently the ground... things underfoot shook, rocks crumbling, and she fell through the floor, it looks like. Yeah, he reaches out, but because of her weight and momentum, she drags her along with her, as she falls. And he's saying we need to go report this to His Majesty and Her Highness Celsia. And this is trouble. I hope they're alive. So they fall into here, wherever here is. This does appear to be part of the dungeon. It has a very different aesthetic, but we are seeing map in the corner here. Anyway, he seems to be okay, if a little woozy. He wakes up feeling someone stroking his head. He's remembering they beat the giant, and oh right, Tina. And here's Mystery Girl again. As you may recall, at the end of the first layer of the dungeon, after beating the Guardian, Celsia and Gale showed up with some of the Duke's soldiers and tried to steal the stone they found, and then she shows up and knocks them all out. Or worse. Again, it's not really clear. But Gale and Celsia have the sense to run away, and then she abruptly kissed Alec after sniffing him. And all without saying a word the whole time. But anyway, it's the girl who saved him before, kneeling there. And he's wondering what's going on. And she can talk. You're awake? You're the one before? Did you help me? It's a yes. And she nods. Or, yeah, she nods. Girl, a few words. Alec stands. He's asking about Tina. She should have fallen along with him. She doesn't say anything, points at a corner of the room. And Tina's lying on some old cushions. He asks if she's okay. He rushes over. She wakes up. Like, where are we? Are you okay? Do you hurt anywhere? Like, I'm okay, but why are you touching me? Like, it's not like that. I'm just checking to make sure you're not hurt. Not hurt, I'm okay. But it's strange that we're okay after falling that far. Points up at the light, far up ahead somewhere. And he goes to say something to the mystery girl, but she's vanished already. As before. Like, well, there's no point in staying here, let's go. So this is the third layer of the ruins. Okay, we do have the full party, that's good, just in case we fight things. I think you get kicked out of here with a scene before too long. And there may not even be any encounters at this point. No, we seem to be stuck. Yep, dead end. That's a problem. Should we head back to where we were and wait for help? Some kind of slate here. There seems to be writing on it, but it's pretty old. He has no idea what it says, asks if she can read it. Yeah, that sounds rather important. So we have something about a crystal of Ravatiana, something about divine beasts, and that's roughly serving him. Something about wanting to become godlike, basically. And a command to open this door. And the door opened. He's surprised not just that the wall moved, but also that she was able to read that. And she says, "What? Of course I couldn't read it. I just touched it and it opened." Well, when I touched it, nothing happened. Well, clearly it opens for cute girls. Well, regardless, the way is open, so let's go around. Hey, you're supposed to say something there. But we do seem to have more ruins here. Let's just look around. It's looking like there's not much here, at least for now. A lot of empty rooms. I'm not really sure what to make of the architecture either. This is not a kind of construction I'm familiar with. Just wiggle back and forth here to get both walls filled in. Here's another room. This one looks... Oh, we have something here. What's this? Some kind of orb that's giving off light, floating in the air. Kind of spinning in front of him. And the entry door shuts. And we're shut in. But mysteriously, he doesn't feel worried. And something about the light feels comforting. And she kind of clings to him. You're shaking? She denies it. She's talking tough, but she clings to him even stronger. Doesn't look harmful, but let's rest. He's trying to set her at ease. His arm around her, and she stops shaking. Kind of relaxes into him. And somehow the light starts concerning her. And it just so happened that they had a copy of Flux handy, the card game where the rules are constantly changing even as you play. And speaking of the rules changing, what's this? How is he learning a skill from Tina? Let's take the self-buff. And he's also wondering how that happened. And now Tina is feeling very self-conscious, but something else looks a little different. Anyway, he's noticing your ears. They seem awfully pointy. And she's just as confused as he is. It's like, I get it. It's cosplay, right? He's talking about how the nobles will dress up in various costumes, like pretend to be monsters and stuff. It's fashionable and all that stuff. Didn't know you were into that sort of thing. It's a little freaky, but I'm okay with it. Yes, she is not agreeing and not amused. And he takes a hit and collapses. And he was wondering what the deal with these ears, because they feel real. She's saying they are real. I touch them, they feel warmth, I can feel the sensation. What's going on? And Mystery Girl appears and says, I thought so. She came in through the door at some point, which is now open. Tina's saying, I'm not a monster, I'm human. And as Tina kind of panics, the girl unwinds the thing wrapped around her own head, and her ears are also pointy. So they have the same ears. And she's saying the way out is this way. They hurry out of the room. Tina's still worried. She's wondering, what's the significance of these ears? Tell me what's going on here. Anyway, Alec says, let's follow her. But first, I want to fill out the map. It looks like we don't have encounters here. And it looks like this is indeed a large room. Anyway, one thing that was mentioned during the scene is that you could easily have gotten the impression at this point that Alec has just not noticed Tina as a woman at all, which is something she's been frustrated with, but no, it turns out he's noticed her, but he didn't want to spoil their friendship by acting on it, so he's been kind of pretending not to. Anyway, this looks like it's probably the way out, but maybe there's something else I'm missing? Or maybe that's another way in that's one way? Where did she go? One of these side rooms, maybe? Oh, here's a teleporter that wasn't here before. Or she's worried what to do about these ears, because people aren't likely to react well. Yeah. She's remembering that Alec kissed her before, the mystery girl, saying, "You must have gotten infected with something and passed it on to me, and that's why I got these ears." It's like, don't talk about me like I'm some kind of dirty thing. She can't imagine any other reason. But yeah, monsters that are not handled by monster tamers are liable to be exterminated. So we better come up with a way to hide those ears. And she says, yeah, I know. Anyway, we've apparently made it out. Here's Princess Celsia and Tina's sister Karen. Celsia is worried, saying just as we formed a searching party, you made it out on your own. That's pretty impressive. He says, we were just lucky, but we did find a new sealing stone. Saying, well done, you can rest. Karen noticed Tina isn't feeling well, or isn't looking well, asks if she's hurt. As she's saying she's fine, physically everything's all good. And she now has these feathers that were not there before, which kind of masking your ears. Karen says, well, that's good, but something seemed off about you, so I was worried. Alec chimes in, he says, nope, she's totally fine. And me and my monsters are doing great too. Because you're really kicking butt in that dungeon. And Karen's saying, is that so? Well, Tina, you're a girl, so she'd take it a little easier. Now, Tina's upset because he's making her out to be some kind of violent hooligan, and swearing that she will complain later. And that is the end of Chapter 3. We'll be starting Chapter 4. But for now, this is Arafel playing Dungeon Breaker. A lot of things happened, and we have more questions than answers. So we'll be continuing with that next time and maybe figuring out something about what's going on. But until then,